Good evening. My name is Dr. Dieter von Stubenheim. I am the professor of Joseph M. Killen, and I believe he shows great promise in what he has given me. So I shall read his dissertation. Obviously, I can't keep that accent up, so I'm not going to even try. Excuse me for scratching my nose. Okay, here we go. My dissertation, my paper, is love with a red X through it, actually lust on the air. Emotional infidelity in the age of online communication. The abstract. Online cheating, like online dating, is growing in popularity. More people are doing it, and those social norms and changing values are reportedly getting more liberal and accepting of different lifestyles and sexual practices. Cheating is still cheating, and no one likes a cheater, no matter the age, generation, or the gender, nor much else matters. However, online dating is also growing, but seeing much more success among participants who are often marrying, and successfully too. According to research, online dating is only getting bigger and expanding, but extramarital cyber sex or sex outside of an exclusively monogamous, mutually committed relationship is still considered cheating or infidelity by men and women of all ages alike. Despite the so-called sexual revolution, sexual infidelity is still a taboo for most couples, irregardless to gender, age, or sexual experience. There are differences in how men and women view the act. However, as with many things, there are many variables involved in how these conclusions came about. I propose personally, though I lack the research in this paper, that internet infidelity is not only frowned upon, but like its offline counterparts, it destroys relationships by eroding trust, creating enmity between partners seeking to establish long-lasting love. Perhaps next time I'll tackle the consequences. I chose this topic because as a soon-to-be divorced middle-aged man, having spent 20 plus years in a self-described bad marriage, who's made his own mistakes both in online and was referred to in my research offline arenas, I don't want to fail at relationships anymore. To put it simply, I need to know how not to do some things, how to do other things better, and how to do less of still other things. Bottom line, I wish to learn and practice how to communicate in such a way, online and offline, to find a healthy relationship and perhaps remarry, with less bias, bitterness, and bullshit than my previous failed relationships. First, I'd like to wow you with numbers, so more bullshit. According to www.statisticbrain.com, the number of Americans who use online dating services is around 40 million, and my nose started itching as soon as I started doing this paper. What do you know? How many of those are sites seeking long-term monogamous exclusive relationships is unknown. After all, there appears to be sites for pretty much everyone, or anything available online. For instance, Comm is a dating site for men with small, But not that I have ever been to that site. Anyway, it's evident that online dating is in fact on the rise, and like so many things in our culture regarding communication relationships, there's a definite increase of people moving outside of the traditional one-on-one meeting, including the "I'll pick you up at 7" awkward first date. According to the Pew Research Fund, in 2015, among young people ages 18 to 24, using online dating has arisen from 10% to 27% over the last 2 years. And for folks like me, between the ages of 45 to 55, the increase is from 8% to 13%. Now, there's no evidence as to the marital or relationship status of these folks studied, but I'm guessing it's across the board. And to further illustrate the popularity of dating sites, I offer the evidence of a website app called Tinder. Many people know Tinder. I could tell you a Tinder story that would be a nightmare, and you'd never forget me. A site establishes a means to accept a partner merely by appearance, simply by the user swiping his or her finger left or right on the screen of their electronic device in favor or in disfavor of a potential mate, or date, or hookup, or whatever you fancy. Tinder, in fact, bragged to the Huffington Post that a user spends at least 77 minutes average a day looking for love, looking for lust, looking for other. In comparison, Instagram's users spend an average of 21 minutes a day on that photo sharing app. And according to Reuters, News Corp, as reported in news sources such as PC World and the Washington Post, the average dollar amount spent on dating sites per year in a survey just this year is a whopping $243. Again, these numbers are not directed specifically at sites dedicated to promoting infidelity, such as Ashley Madison. But it is an interesting number and statistic to consider. That's a great segue into the subject of Ashley Madison. I'm going to pause and pick this back up.